Mr. Joseph Gregory Sonnyboy Michel Daniel, retired employee of C.O. Williams St. Lucia, also the husband of the late Mrs. Marie Leota Daniel of Gara, Babonneau, went to meet his maker on 13th January 2022 at 12:35 p.m. at the age of 85. He leaves to mourn his four sons, Moses Heman Shabatis, security guard at the Babonneau Secondary School; Derek Alexis Daniel, teacher at the V4 Comprehensive Secondary School and family of Opicon V4; Neil Hyacinth Daniel, ER technician at St. Francis Emergency Room, Hartford, Connecticut, and wife Katharina Daniel of Hartford, Connecticut; Tyrell Daniel, employed with Wasco and his family of Gara, Babonneau; his 7 daughters, Velda Flavius and family of the UK, Annette Bennett and family of New York, USA and Trinidad and Tobago, Barbara Martha and family of Hartford, Connecticut, Marva Daniel, principal of the Castries Comprehensive Secondary School, Rosemary Nelson and family of Gara and Hartford, Connecticut, Gloria Lorraine Ferguson and her husband Claudius Ferguson and family of Deriso, Jenny Juliana Daniel Foster, social development planning consultant, and her husband Dr. Jerome Foster and family of Corinth, Grosley. His 30 grandchildren, Chanel Bennett Wharton, Chanel Bennett, Akeem Wells, and Curvell Wells of Trinidad; Herbie Richard of Baybouche, Babonneau; Carlton Nelson of Hartford, Connecticut; Akel Bennett of New York; Diane John, police officer, Roy St. Lucia Police Force; Shawnette and Charmaine Marshall of Hartford, Connecticut; Gary and Misita Marshall of England; Diana Sinville of Marcel; Shane and Karen Leon of Baybouche; Claudine and Latifa Ferguson of Deriso; Maxine Daniel of London, England; Daniel Daniel of Martinique; O'Neill DeVoe of Nassau, Bahamas; Michel Jabati, student of the Babonneau Secondary School; Daniela and Lily Daniel of Grosley; Rebecca Foster, student of the St. Joseph's Convent; Maverick Hutchinson, student of the V4 Comprehensive Secondary School; Reuben Foster, grade 6 student of the Camille Henry Memorial Primary School; Dante and Jelani Daniel, both students of the Dame Paulette Louise Primary School; Mario Daniel, student of the Saltibus Primary School; Amelia Daniel of Saltibus. Several great-grandchildren, including Tori and Tenia of London, England; Katifa and Justin Wharton of Trinidad; Corey Monrose, Kirby Richard, Joshua Solomon, and Elisa Charles of Baybouche, Babonneau; Chloe Carter and Kenya Marshall, all of Connecticut, USA; Chantel Nelson of New York; Nikai Anderson of Maricel; newborn Chosen Bellany of Hartford, Connecticut; his brothers and their families, Mr. Winston Sonny Charles of Bogies and family; Mr. Franklin Bissett and family of Forest Gate, England; Mr. Donald Charles and family of Trinidad; family of deceased brother Antoine Terrence Bissett of Hartford, Connecticut; family of deceased brother Sylvester Musty Bissett of Gara; family of deceased brother Fitzcharles of Dennery. Adopted brother, Mr. Bartholomew Scarecrow Valles of Chuya, Grosley. His sisters and their families: Josephine Chizelle Hayward of Hartford, Connecticut; Yulin James and family of Cicero; the family of his late sister Lucille St. Edward of Chaussee Road; mother-in-law, Mrs. Josephine Eunice Seeley of Gara; brothers-in-law: Rodette James of Cicero; David Harewood of Hartford, Connecticut; deceased Evans Adolph and family of O'Mara Road, Trinidad; Lawrence Seeley and family of Monnier; George Leroy Seeley and family of Maryland, now residing in Gara, Babonneau; Kenneth Seeley and family of Gara; Stephen Seeley and family of Maryland, USA. Sisters-in-law: Florence Henville and husband, Mr. Clyde Henville, and family of Beauséjour in London; Andrina Maureen Patrice and family of Martinique; Claudette Sims of Forest Gate, England; Raymond Charles of French Guiana; Jennifer Charles of Trinidad and Tobago; Marianne Charles of Bogies; many nieces, nephews, grand-nieces, and grand-nephews in St. Lucia, Trinidad, England, and the USA. Countless cousins and relatives, including Cousin Slim from Trinidad, Patricia Modeste of Independence City, Cousin Leighton and Marina from Laguerre, Victory Bissett from Laguerre, Errol Bissett and family from Gara, Cousin Jocelyn Bissett of Cayenne, French Guiana, the Bissett, Jacob, St. Edward, Bruno, Felix, Auguste, and David families of Gara, Menard Hill, Marisol, Monchy, Dennery, Peebush, Babonneau, Choiseul, Castries, French Guiana, Vieux-Fort, Mico, Trinidad, England, and the USA. The Seeley and Gilbert families of Gara, Forsaw, Monnier, England, Trinidad, and the USA. Many godchildren, including Teresa Isidore, canteen staff at Camille Henry Memorial Primary School, Philomene Dijon of Monnier, Terry Bissett of Hartford, Connecticut, and Marcellus Eugene of Gara, Babonneau. Numerous good friends, including Mr. James Don Clement and family of Peebush, Babonneau, Mr. David Lawrenson and family of Tiroche, Babonneau, Mr. and Mrs. Michael Tousa of Babonneau, the Augustine family of Gara, Babonneau, Reverend Father Celestin, Father Lambert St. Rose, Father Joseph Raj, Father Setut, Deacon Tom, Deacon Pierre, and Deacon Festus, and many of the other members of the clergy of the Archdiocese of Castries. Ray from Grosley, Mr. Baker Lochter from Babonneau, Mr. Sylvester Shine-Delaire of Gara, but residing in Florida, Mr. Calix George of Granivier-Grosley, former MP Mr. Ezekiel Joseph of Monmouthsy, Babonneau, the members of the Gara Mothers and Fathers Group, the members of the Men's Fellowship from the Good Shepherd Church, Babonneau, parishioners of the Good Shepherd Church, Babonneau, Pierre and Paulette Govindoranzo and family of Martinique, Mr. Hughes Christophe Joseph Louis of Martinique, caretaker Miss Italie Joseph of Gara, Evelyn of Hardest Hard Restaurant and Banan Castries, Sonia and Patrick Phillip and family of Gara, Mrs. Teresa Bennett of Sangre Grande, Trinidad, Mrs. Robertina Nicholas of Tiroshe Miku, Gordon Flora and family of White Rock, Dr. Michael Louis of Marisol Groselet, Lawrence Jean and family, Mr. Gregory Gerard of Denry, Mr. Hilarion and Miss Teresa Jules from Debarra, Mr. Baby Boy from Barbados, his many work friends from former Marquis Estate, former Hess Oil and C.O. Williams, the holders from Christchurch, Barbados, Sheila and Robert Thomas and family of Swansea, Wales, his friends from the Tapio Renal Unit, and Massey, OKEU and Tapio Pharmacies, also from Biomed Care and other medical staff. Many, many more countless friends. Special mention and thanks, of course, to all the doctors who provided medical support over the years, the Ministry of Health staff, Dr. Merle Clark, Dr. Romel Daniel, Dr. Matthew, and Dr. Cabby. Special thanks to all the nurses and aides from the OKEU Hospital, Babino Wellness Center, and Tapio and the OKEU Renal Units. Thank you to the Babino Daytime Caretakers Coordinator and her team, including caretakers Shauna, Wendy Justin, who assisted and cared for him during the day. Deepest thank you to all the family members, friends, and all others who called, sent messages, cards, and offered masses and prayers during his illness and after his death. The celebratory mass for Mr. Joseph Gregory Sonnyboy Michel Daniel will be held on Saturday, 19th February 2022 at the Good Shepherd Church, Babonneau at 9:30 a.m. His body now lies at Creeks Funeral Home Limited, Vidwotay.